This is an instructional video on how to use a Wondershare DVD creator. This is the purchase version. First of all, what we're looking at is the program here in this window, and then I've got a video file that I've edited in Adobe Premiere Pro CC, and I've created this file. It's a religious file of biblical teaching, and I want to put it to a DVD just to save it and have it archived. So I'm going to grab this file and I'm going to drag it right over here, and as you can see, the pointer has a little plus there that shows you can drop it there on the import area where it says title and so forth. So I'm going to drop it right there, and boom, now I have my DVD added to and ready to burn to a disc. Now if I had more that I wanted to fit on one disc, I could add a second one and drag it in here. And you could do as many as would fit on one DVD with the limitation of the 4.3 gigabytes that are available on a DVD. So as we can see right down here, we actually have 3.01 gigabytes out of 4.3 that we're using with this particular movie. So it's very important to realize that this green arrow here shows you how much space is going to take up on your DVD, because I already inserted the DVD dash R into the drive. And over here you have some things that are interesting. You can click here and you can choose the dual layer DVD or a regular one, and I really highly recommend against the dual layer. It's got all kinds of problems associated with it. It's not normal. We don't like to use that. So I recommend going with a regular DVD R. You can do a -R or a +R. Either one of those works. And then of course high quality. Now if you choose standard, you'll see that over here it's reduced the size of the MPEG file. It's reduced it to 2.3, which means you're going to get less quality on your DVD. And then you can go fit to disk, and for some reason fit to disk, I would think, would mean make that as big as possible to fit the disk. But evidently what it means is that it would shrink it rather than fit it to disk in terms of enlargement. So I'm guessing that if we had so many files here that it was more than 4.3 gigabytes, then this would be shrinking it down to fit on one disk. And of course quality would suffer if you had more than 4 gigabytes. High quality is what I like to use. I want my DVD to look as good as possible, and that gives us the largest possible file, which means it's matching the size of this file, I would imagine. I don't know for sure. Let me see if I can tell if that's the actual case here. Boom, bada boom, boom. Let's see. I want to go view and I want to go details. Yep, 4.6 gigabytes. So no, it's actually not matching it at all. It is reducing it to fit on this disk. So that's good to know. Now, so the first thing when you stick your disk, your file on here to put to disk, just check out everything along this bottom line here and make sure that everything is making sense and you've got the highest quality you can get on your disk, and make sure it's all going to fit. Then over here it can tell you how long your movie is going to be, and so that's all good. And now we are going to go to the next section, which is the menu. Now, in the menu section, you can actually opt for no menu, which we'll click there. And that means that when you stick this disc, once it's burned, into your DVD player, it just starts playing, and it plays till it runs out. The advantage of this is it's simple, and it's easy to set up and make your disc quickly, and it's not complicated. The disadvantage to this is that you cannot speed at all forward or backwards on your disc. You cannot go from chapter to chapter. In other words, you can't have any fast forward 5 minutes, 10 minutes, however many chapters you want to put in your DVD, chapter markers they call it. And none of that will apply because all of these options down here at the bottom are grayed out. You can't click on them. You can click on them, but nothing happens. And that is because you've opted for the simplest method of creating a DVD with no options. I do not like this option unless I am just in a huge hurry. And the hurry would be, as you'll see, everything I'm going to do from here on out, that would not be necessary. If you choose this option, you can simply go preview, see what it looks like, and burn it. And that means you're basically done as soon as the burning is taken place. Don't like that option. And so preferably, I like to choose one of these other options. And they've got a few different options here that you can choose in. So basically you're looking at sort of the style that you want. You're not stuck with these pictures, by the way. All of this stuff that's in here is actually things that you can move around. So you don't have to go with what's on here and how everything moves. You can do whatever you want. So all of this stuff is actually just artistic stuff that they've added in. So I usually go with this one, and that's only because I'm going to change almost everything on this page. So, but this is the one I typically go with. So when I go to this page, now you look over here on the left, you've got your menu structure. So you've got your main menu, your title page, and then a first chapter. Okay, so these are the first three that come in if you go with this kind of setup. Now, as you can see over here, you can also choose different things. Like I'm on this title page, I can double click that and change the frame around the DVD, and you can make it look totally different, and choose what kind of look you want. So here's what we're going to do differently now. Here you can type in a name, and that's one option. Actually, I want to go back up here to main menu. I want to start there because this is what is going to matter in the long run. So first of all, we want to do some optional changes. And one of the things I want to change here is that background picture. Because in this case, I want to put up my title page on my video. And so I want to use another image, and it lets you pick frames from your video if you want. You can click on the video and then you can use that to move through it. It's asking me to show where that video is in order to find that frame. So I can go in here. This is the one we're using, so I'll double click that. Okay, so here's the video. We found the video. Now we can open it up, and
this is a production of
we could go with that, or we can skim through here and actually find the frame that we're looking for. And I know it's pretty close to the end of this intro.
With Pastor Nathan Reynolds.
And there it is. That's the one I want right there. So what I'm going to do is use that, and I am going to apply that to all pages, and I'm going to hit OK. Now I have exactly what I want. I have the picture I want from my video, and I only need to move some things around. So first of all, I'm going to take this and I'm going to make it smaller so it will fit right over here, right on this rock. All right, and we'll put that there. And I'm looking at this little part here, part 4, and kind of lining it up so that it kind of matches that. And I could make it a little bigger. Let's see if I can make it a little bigger here. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I think that looks good. I'm happy with that. Play and scenes is good. I don't need to change that. This here, I do want to change. I want to put my name up here. So I'm going to go ahead and click that, and I'm going to type my name. All right, now this is too big for this area. So when I clicked here on this line, it lets me go in here and change this to a smaller font, which I want to get down to maybe 72 or maybe less. How about 60? The next one's 64, 66. Yeah, I think that's good. All right, we're going to put that right there and kind of line it up with a study of. And then, of course, it's white, and I don't want it to be white. So we will go ahead and change it to something that will actually show up in here and match the other stuff that's here. All right, everything here is good. I like this. So remember, this little thing here is what let us choose the background. And now we're on the main menu. And when we chose that background, I think I might have forgot to put, yeah, I did. I forgot to apply it to all pages. So I want to go like that, and then, all right, apply to all pages, everything's set. It looked like it had backed up a little bit and was bleeding the last image through. That's what I had to change there. So I went ahead and played it for a moment to change that. So I'm going to hit OK. Now I've got main page done. All of that's working. It's what I want it to look like. I'm going to title page. All right, title page, the only thing I want to do is take this and make it larger and set it down here. All right, and then this here is going, it's something that you choose to go back to the menu above it when you're in this program. So I'm going to put that there. And then on this here, there's a, if you can see, there's actual words here, and I could go ahead and add my name to this page to consistently stay with the other one, but that's not necessary because it's on the first page, so I don't care if it's on this page, so I'm just deleting that one. And so I'm really good with that. So we have one title, and we have a main page, title page, and a title. That's the same thing. The title page is just jumping to this first title. Now we want to be able to let the person who listens to this video fast forward or jump from chapter to chapter if they're looking for something in particular. And so if we don't put chapter headings in, then they will not be able to skip ahead. And I skip ahead on an hour-long video about 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead, and I'm actually going out of order because I should have done the music first that plays when you have the menu up. But since I kind of jumped ahead, I'm going to jump here to the title, here to the Create Chapter section. Okay, so I'm doing this like backwards.
This is a production of Fathom Ministries.
I'm going to stop that from playing. Now here's the things that are going on. We have chapters right now of 0. What we want to do is we want to set the chapters not by files. That's if you had 6 or 8 different video files and you just wanted people the chance to go from video to video that you have on one DVD. In this case, this is just one teaching message that is going to be not separate videos. So I'm going to set this for chapter length. I'm going to highlight the 1 minute here because that would be too much. And I'm going to jump this to 5 so that every 5 minutes there will be another chapter. And that way, if you're trying to get somewhere in this hour video, if you need to get to the middle of it fast, you just hit it boom, boom, boom 3 times. Or no, I guess it would be 6 times, and you'd get to the middle of it. So that would be really easy to calculate if you were trying to find a particular section. I could do every 10 minutes, but I think that's a little bit too much. So I'm going to hit auto insert chapters here before I hit OK. And you'll see that it goes through and actually adds all the chapter markers right here. They're all added. Now I can hit OK, and of course they are also right here. And it shows you how it will appear in the video by these thumbnails that show up. So I'm going to hit OK there. All right, look at that. There's all my chapters. Okay, so we have chapter 1, chapter 2, everything, all these 6 chapters. It does 6 per page. And then you go to this one, and you've got the next 6, and there's 12 altogether, so that covers everything. And this is your navigational things that are going on here. Now, the other issue here is I don't want it to say My DVD. I want it to say what the series is. So I'm going to put, let's see, Study of 1 Peter. That's what this is about, so we'll make it look like that. And it's not wide enough. So let me see if I can get some handles. Not sure. Here we go. That looks centered. That looks good. Now what I'm going to do here is, I haven't even tried this, but I am going to see if I can copy this. Copy text. All right, I'll copy text. I really wanted to copy the whole thing because I know over here I want to replace it. So I'm going to go ahead out here and do Control V, and look at that, it did it right. Even though it said copy text, it let me copy the frame, which is better than just the text. So I'm going to highlight it, delete it. I'm going to highlight this one by just clicking on it and then wait for that cross to show up instead of the I, which lets you edit the text. And instead of the, there is a couple of things it does. It does this cross thing like you see there, and it should do that. Yeah. And so that's why we did it that way. Okay. Now it looks like you could also rotate this right here. So I bet you can actually do more with that than I even knew. So anyway, here we go. So we're only going to have 3 screens. We're going to have a main menu screen. It's going to look like that. And that screen is going to say play, or you can go to the scenes, which is the next 2. We can go to chapter. It's going to look like this, or the next page, the final page, will look like this, and then people can just select one of them at a time, or more likely just hit the fast forward button to get there. So that takes care of that. Now there's another issue that goes on here. When you hit preview, you can see something interesting. We'll go to the main menu and hit preview. Okay, so the music that you're hearing there is music that's being supplied default by the program. So I want to go to this music area here. I'm going to go back to the main menu, and that's where I'm just making sure I'm there. I'm going to go to the music section, and I want to put in my own music. So I'm going to go ahead here, and I'm going to click this icon to browse, and I want to find the music that I want. And we're going to music, and we're going to Christian music, and we're going to use Skillet. And I already know that this is a little bit too long right here. It gets into the singing. So I'm going to move that down, and then I'm going to kind of preview it. It's only going to go for a few seconds. I guess 28 seconds. And there it is. And that's what I wanted, because right here it starts singing. And since I can't get the whole song on there, I can only stop it there. All right, auto repeat. Well, of course, that's what I want. If you're on a menu, it just keeps going. Fade in makes it fade in properly. Fade out makes it fade out properly. That's where the music is. Now here's the crucial part. I don't want to do this for every slide, so that would be 3 of them. I wanted to do them all, and so I'm going to mark this default because I love this as a theme music. So I'm going to hit OK, and now we have taken care of the background, so we don't need that. We have taken care of the music. We don't need that. We have adding text we don't want to do. that is how you can add text. And then the rest of this is complete. This one here was customize thumbnails. We don't need to do that. And then create chapters. And of course, that would be if we were here. Let's go to preview. Music's right. Scenes. Music's right. Background's right. And looks like it's working well. All right, everything works properly. Now I just need to burn it. So we're going to go to burn. Burn, save as ISO, burn to disk. We are going to need to name it. That was my last one. I'm going to go 4 of 4. That's what this one is. Here's my DVD drive, and it's already got a DVD in it, so it already read that. This is the proper format for the United States. PAL is for other countries, probably Europe. And start from menu and play all titles sequentially. That is definitely what I want. You can start from the first title and then play all titles sequentially, which is a normal DVD. Or you can start from menu and play all titles, or you can play title and return to menu. So I want to start from menu and play all titles. Sometimes I might want this one, play from first title and play them all. So when you put the DVD in, you don't get the menu, but you can go to the menu by pressing menu. But I'd rather them know that there's a menu by starting at the menu. And then the folder path where the ISO is going to be burned, so later you can go back and clean up your disk so you don't have these huge multi-gigabyte files that are ISO files to clutter up your disk. So I've noted where this is on my drive. It's my data drive, and after this is all done and it's successful and I know I'm not going to make any more DVDs, then I'm going to go delete that and make sure it's gone. And I don't know if this program does it automatically. I'm assuming that it doesn't, but if it does, that will be great. But if it doesn't, I'm going to get rid of it. Hit burn. When you hit burn, if your DVD is good, in other words, it can be written to and it's not got a formatting problem, which I'm sure you know some DVDs are cheap and they don't all work. The whole stack in your stack of DVDs usually has a good 10-20% of them that won't burn. So it looks like this one's working because it's not giving me any errors. But of course, it may not actually have accessed the DVD yet to start, because it's going to do the ISO file first. So anyway, that's it. That covers pretty much everything you need to know in order to create a DVD from Wondershare DVD Creator. I do want to say too that if you buy a license for this, I think they license it for up to 5 computers. So that's kind of cool, because then you can spread it around.